Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Venkanna Englishguru. Friends, I know that you've been preparing for EMRS, TGT and PGT English. And in my previous videos, where I discussed few points with regard to pedagogy of English and in particular, where we had some and where in my previous videos, maybe 4 or 5, where I spoke about introduction to language, introduction to approaches and methods, and history of ELT, and some concepts that I have discussed so far. And in this video, I would like to ask a few questions, and that may appear in your examination. Okay, so if you are ready, if you have watched my previous videos, and you can answer those questions. Yes, are you ready? If you are ready, if my voice is clear, show me thumbs up first thing. If my voice is clear, show me thumbs up. Quick, my friends, quickly. Show me thumbs up so that I can understand and yes, friends. If my voice is clear, show me thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Thank you, guys. That's what I expected. So, are you ready with the responses? Are you ready with the answers? Yes. Come on, let me ask you first question. And let us have maybe may not be good. And let me go for yeah. This will be more. Pedagogy of English for EMRS. Okay. And some of you, and this class is also very useful if you had serious about TET, C-Tet, DSC and Gurukula examination, my friends. And this is also very useful if you are serious about UGC NET and SET, because the point that I'm going to ask you and are very useful to your examination. So let me start my question. Yes, are you ready with your responses? And if you are, then and we'll continue our session. Yes, yes, yes. A very good evening, everyone. After a long time, and I'll be able to see you guys. Yes, come on, tell me. And if you know the answer, you can answer it. Who is the father of English language teaching? Who is the father of ELT? Yes, if you know the answer, come on. You need to type in our chat box. Come on, quick response, my friends. Who is the author? Who is the father of English language teaching? Yes. So if you do not know, I will wait for a couple of seconds and I'll give you answer. Yes, Dr. Jordan. No, we are talking about pedagogy. We are not talking about literature, remember. So father of English language teaching, Harold D. Palmer. Harold D. Palmer. So remember this writer. Harold D. Palmer, who is so popular for writing Principles of Teaching English as a Second Language, a wonderful book which influenced many experts and which was actually based on the principles of behavioristic psychology and composed during 1920s. Okay, whatever it may be. J.B. Medinger and popularized, introduced dash method to English language teaching. Yes, come on, can somebody answer it? J.B. Medinger introduced dash method and to teach English. Yes, friends, come on, can somebody answer it? J.B. Medinger introduced dash method. Yes, friends. So you do not know the answer. Okay, I'll talk about the points that I have taught you previously. We want a class of people who would be Indian in blood and color but English in taste, opinions, morals, and intellect. This is a popular statement made by Dash. Yes, friends. Yes, who will say the answer? Yes. We want a class of people who would be Indian in blood and color but English in taste, opinions, morals, and intellect. And this is a popular comment made by one of the popular British officials before getting independence as a part of one popular committee. And who is that? Yes. So Lord Macaulay, wonderful Jay Kumar, wonderful. Yes. So based on your responses, I'll get some input. I'll get some kind of feeling that my teaching is somewhat useful to some students. So if you're not able to respond, then everything goes useless. So one of the important British officials who made this statement, there is a need to spend 1 lakh rupees. There is a need to spend 1 lakh rupees to the Indians so that we can spread the system of English in India. It's a comment made before getting independence by one of the officials of British Empire. And who was that official? Can somebody answer it? Yes? There is a requirement to spend nearly 1 lakh rupees to spread the system of English in India. Who made this statement? Yes. Charles Grant. Wonderful, Deepthi madam. Wonderful. Yes. This is what I required. Yes. Charles Grant. Yes. English should be introduced at the second level, vernaculars to be introduced at the primary level. I repeat, who recommended, who made this recommendation? All the vernacular languages are to be introduced at the primary level. English should be introduced at the second level because English education should be always need-based. This is a popular recommendation made by Dash expert and before independence. Come on, can somebody answer this? Yes, yes, friends. Lord Macaulay, no, wrong answer. No, not Lord Macaulay, and it was Sir Charles Wood. Sir Charles Wood. Sir Charles Wood made this recommendation. There is a requirement for and establishing separate schools for girls. There is a requirement for introducing or establishing separate schools for girls, and you also proposed grants and aid school system. And who proposed grants and aid system, and who talks about separate schools for girls? Yes, yes, friends. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, who will answer this question? Yes. Yeah, correct. Sir Charles Wood, who made this recommendation. Yes, very important. Next, Central Institute of English. Central Institute of English, which is called CFL, Central Institute of English and Foreign Languages, which is also called English and Foreign Languages University. And CIE, remember the word CIE. This was established first in Hyderabad in dash here. Yes, can somebody answer this question? CIE, Central Institute of English, the first name of IFLU. This was started in Hyderabad in dash here. Yes, friends, can somebody answer? 1948, wrong. Or wonderful, Radhika madam. So 1958. Yes, exactly. 1958. The first English Language Institute. The first English Language Institute or the first English Language Center, ELTC Center or the English Language Institute, which was first started in Allahabad, not Ahmedabad, Allahabad in dash year. Yes, friends, can somebody answer this question? The first English Language Institute or Center was first started in Allahabad in dash year. So the right answer is 1954, not 53, 1954. Yes, this is what very important one. English is the window on the world. English is the window on the world. If you want, and this is a popular statement made by one of our Indian political leaders after getting independence. English is the window on the world. This is a popular statement made by, yes. I feel like everybody knows about it. Nehru. English is a gift of goddess given to Indians. English is a gift of goddess given to Indians. This is a popular statement made by. Okay. So, English is a gift of goddess given by Indians. Sorry, English is a gift of goddess Saraswati given to Indians. This is a popular statement given by Rajaji. Wonderful, wonderful, Kavita madam. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. And let me also ask you another bit. To look beyond Indian borders. English is a language which provides an opportunity to look beyond Indian borders, because the study of English would provide an opportunity to promote objective views rather than subjective views. This is a popular statement made by one of our Indian philosophers before independence. Can somebody say? English is a gift of God. Sorry, to look beyond English is a language which provides an opportunity to look beyond Indian borders. Beyond Indian borders, and it also provides an opportunity to promote subjective views about different languages in the world. This is a popular statement made by no, not SRK, and it was Rajaram Mohan Rai, the staunch believer of Brahma Samaj. This is what very important for us. Next, and we go beyond. Okay. Next, according to three language formula, English is dash language, official, associate language, or first language, or third language. Yes, can somebody answer? According to three language formula, English is dash language, official language, national language, associate official language, and third language of India. Yes, associate official language, not third language. Associate official language. This is very important. Which article of our Indian Constitution talks about Hindi as the national language, English as the associate official language? All vernaculars are state official languages. Yes, wonderful, madam. Wonderful. Wonderful, Prasad. Wonderful, Nagender. Wonderful, Sumalata, madam. Yes, Article 343. This is what very important. Next, study group 1, 2, 3. Study group 1, 1965. Study group 2, 1969. Study group 3, and I can say 1971. These three important study groups were appointed under a popular professor. Can you tell me the name of the professor? Yes. Can somebody tell me the name of the professor? Yes. Gokak, wonderful, Radhika madam. V.K. Gokak. He was the former director of CPEL, and he was the former head of Department of Methods of Teaching English in those days, 1970s and 80s, in the EFLU. And most of the students who did their education before 2010, they could find a wonderful auditorium in IFLU at the time, before it was actually demolished. And we used to watch a lot of movies in that, and that the name of that stadium, it was Gokak Stadium. Okay, so V.K. Gokak, a popular writer. So the future of India is now being shaped in the four walls of the classroom. The future of India is now being shaped in the four walls of the classroom. This is a popular statement made by The future of India is now being shaped in the four walls of the classroom. This is a popular statement made by, yes, Kothari Commission. Wonderful. Kothari Commission, Professor D.S. Kothari. A very wonderful point. Next, you should find English as a library language, English as a lingua franca, English as a source language, English as a language of science and technology. So, who recommended all these? Who recommended that English as a source language, library language, language, lingua franca, language of science and technology? Yes, can somebody answer? Yes, correct answer. Radhika madam, Deepthi madam, Kothari Commission. Yes, this is what very important for us. The following the following recommended that Hindi as the link language and English as a language of science and technology. I repeat, the following recommended that Hindi as a link language in India and English as a language of science and technology. Yes, can somebody answer this? Not Kothari, which is wrong. Not Rajaram Mohan Rai, which is wrong. Yes, yes, friends, can somebody answer quickly? Not SRK, no. And it was because SRK doesn't talk about Hindi. And this is a comment made by National Policy on Education and what? 1986. Yes, very important, friends. Michael West, who was a popular one of the major contributors for the development of for the spread of English in India, and he developed one list. This list is called GSL. Can somebody elaborate the word GSL? What is GSL? Yes. Can somebody say Michael West and developed a list of vocabulary, and this list is actually called GSL. Can you tell me the full form? General Service List. Yes, wonderful, Kavita madam. Wonderful. How many words are there in this? How many common English words? And he actually developed as a part of this General Service List. Can somebody say? How many words? How many words according to Michael West and he developed in this list? Not 50, no, not 5,000, 2,000, yes, 2,000 commonly used English words. Michael West, by using this list of 2,000 common English words, developed 6 textbooks, and these textbooks were based on and one particular skill. What is that skill? Listening, speaking, reading, writing. Yes, can somebody say? These textbooks and were based on one important skill, one important method. What is that? Yes, reading skill. Yes, wonderful. Exactly, yes. So Michael West, who developed a method called reading method, which is also called Dr. West method, Okay, and it develops, and the main objective of the reading method or Dr. West method is helping the students and in becoming option speakers or readers or writers or listeners. Yes, can somebody answer this question? Yes. And which skill and did he focus by employing the method, the direct method, the reading method? Yes, good readers. Yes, exactly. Wonderful, Nak. Wonderful. Yes, not speaker, only reader. If you are a good reader, you will be a good speaker. Next, let me tell you some more bits. Dash is the shortest skill to learn a language, to learn any language in the world. Dash is the shortest skill to learn any language in the world. Yes, can somebody answer? Dash is the shortest skill to learn any language in the world. Yes, listening. Yes, wonderful, Kavita madam. Wonderful. Listening is the shortest way to learn a language. Okay, so this is what next you say the following and is a popular approach which is developed by Noam Chomsky and Del Hymes. I repeat, which of and who developed, and Noam Chomsky and Del Hymes developed a dash approach to ELT. Yes, can somebody answer this question? Dash approach was popularized by Noam Chomsky and Del Hymes. Yes. Linguistic? No. Communication? Yes. Yes. Communicative. Simply, you can say CLT. Communicative language teaching. CLT. Communicative approach. Communicative language teaching. Yes. 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 Wonderful. Wonderful, Kavita madam. Wonderful, Nag. Wonderful, Radhika madam. Wonderful, Deepthi madam. Yes. Structural approach, which is popularized by and one of the popular important structural linguists experts, and he is actually called the father of structural linguistics, and he is actually called and very important person who employed a lot. Yes, can somebody answer who developed the structural approach to ELT? Yes, Radhika madam, Charles Fries, Charles Carpenter Fries, very, very important one, my friends. Yes, American soldiers and during the World War II, 1939 to 44, 1939 to 44, a number of American linguists developed a particular approach or method. What is this approach that was developed by American linguists during World War II? Yes, 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 yes. Can somebody answer, my friends? Yes, yes. Who will answer this question? During the World War II, American experts developed a specific method, specific approach. Direct method? No. And it was the audio-lingual approach, the audio-lingual method. Very, very important, my friends. Yes. And see, language laboratory we talk about today. Language laboratory, which is commonly used today in many engineering colleges and many colleges. Language use of language laboratories becomes an important aspect in dash approach or method. Yes, friends, use of language laboratory becomes one of the major important objectives of dash method. Yes, can somebody answer this question? Listening? CLT? No. Audiolingual method, wonderful, Nag. Wonderful, yes. It becomes an important part of audiolingual method, audio listening, lingua, that is used with the tongue. So audiolingual method, the major source for learning or teaching English as a second or third or foreign language is use of language laboratories. Yes, this is what very important for us. Next, let me also ask you. For example, teacher, where students of one standard, students of ninth standard, and they do not have the skills that they are required to learn, and teacher finds and that some students are lagging behind. At the time, teacher provides some specific specialized instructions to some specific students based on their needs. Okay, this teaching is called action teaching, remedial teaching, or reciprocal teaching, or reflective teaching. Yes, can somebody answer this question, my friends? Yes, quick. So teaching something according to the strengths and weaknesses of the students. This is called, yes, remedial teaching. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, Radhika madam. Wonderful remedial teaching. Usually a teacher becomes a researcher in the classroom. because she observes everybody who are very talented in language, who are weak in language, who are talented in listening speaking, who usually attend in the classroom, and who do not attend the classes but write the examinations properly. And the teacher observes the students based on their mistakes. She goes on, based on the requirements, she goes on conducting small kind of researches in the classroom to solve their problems. This research that is conducted by the teacher in the classroom to solve the immediate problems, this research which is conducted by the teacher is actually called, yes friends, can somebody answer? Dash research is closely associated with a teacher in the classroom. Yes, come on, formative? No, there is no formative research. We have four researches, and action research, applied research, experimental research, and historical research. Yes, wonderful, Madam Devi, Madam. It is action research. Very, very important, my friends. This is what I expected. Language through literature. Language through literature means teaching language by introducing classical poetry, classical plays, classical novels, and short stories. This technique was first introduced in India during 1890s. Dash presidency. At the time we had three presidencies: Calcutta presidency, Bombay presidency, Madras presidency. Yes, can somebody answer? Where do you think the concept called language through literature was introduced? Madras presidency. Wonderful, 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 Radhika madam. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Language through literature. Very, very important, my friends. Yes, this is what we require today. Okay. Next, bilingual method. You might have heard about bilingual method, which was popularized by one of the popular professors of English and from CPhil or CIE, and his name was Professor H.N.L. Shastri, and he conducted a number of experiments in Hyderabad, because as he was working in CIE or CFL, and he conducted a number of experiments to prove that a language is learned when there is a use of learner's first language. And he conducted a number of experiments at Nupatunga High School, Kachiguda, Hyderabad. And this bilingual method was first advocated by who proposed this bilingual method? Yes, can somebody answer? Yes, somebody answered this. Dodson, CJ Dodson. Wonderful, wonderful, my friends. A teacher of English, and does not reject this method is good, this method is bad, and gives importance to all the methods. And that teacher uses methods, and according to the situation she goes on using different methods. This process, this approach is actually called, yes, can somebody answer this question, my friends? So teaching by observing the strengths and weaknesses, and the teacher goes on using a specific, and she doesn't reject. Inductive? No. Audiolingual? No. Yes, friends. No. Yes, Radhika madam. Wonderful, wonderful, Radhika madam. Eclectic approach. Combination of a number of methods, a number of approaches, a number of techniques where the teacher is not going to reject. Teacher doesn't say grammar translation method is useless or direct method is useless. No. And she goes on, and according to situation, she goes on using that method, which you can say eclectic approach or method. And I don't think I have not spoken about NS Prabhu, and if I had, I would talk about. Okay, so uh, maybe actually I thought of talking about phonetics or language skills, but I was a little bit busy to talk about. But I wanted to help you guys in this ways so that you will be tuned in a proper way. That's what I wanted to talk about in our present discussion. And if you get any doubts, you just post in the comment box. I'll be answering. You can ask. I'll give you 2 minutes time. You ask questions, I respond. Yes, come on, quick. You can ask question, I will respond immediately. And the doubts that you have with regard to ELT. Yes, come on, friends. Based on your doubts, you can type the question, I will answer. If you do not know. Yes, quickly. Quick, 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 quick. Yes, friends. And if you get any doubt and you start posting those doubts, and I'm here to answer. Yes. Quick, my friends. When you are not quick, and we are not going to do anything. Yes, yes, friends. Yes, nobody is interested to ask questions. Yes, 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 yes. So you can do one thing, like our video first, so that we'll continue our class. Like our video. How many structures are there in English? Yes, wonderful question. According to Charles Carpenter Price, there are 250 structures, and if you master these 250 structures, you will be able to learn English, according to Charles Carpenter Price. And the process of using structural approach is nothing but the process of using 25 word patterns and 250 structures. If you learn 250 structures and 25 word patterns, you will be able to use English in a better way. Wonderful. Next question, LAD, language acquisition device. Wonderful question, my friends. Very good question. LAD refers to language acquisition device. Our human brain is divided into 4 important parts, and the left frontal lobe, and every part is actually called lobe, and left frontal lobe is called LAD. Okay, and according to many experts, this lad is responsible for learning 1, 2, 3 many languages in the world. Wonderful question. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Yes, where do we have the history of English language in the pedagogy book? Wonderful. You can find it when you read aspects of English. When you can find it when you read development of language policy. So language policy is nothing but history of English language teaching. Wonderful question. Yes, this kind of questions also you can ask. Developmental language policy in India, or development of language policy in India, or aspects of English, or historical perspectives, or uh, history of ELT. So when you read, you can find it. Yes, wonderful question. Somebody asked cost, communication oriented structural teaching. A wonderful question, my friends. But this question was not asked at any time. Communication oriented structural teaching. Communication oriented structural teaching. This actually becomes a part of communicative language teaching, and this communicative language teaching, where it actually promoted 3 important projects: the procedural syllabus or the Bangalore project, and the second one is cost, and the third one is interact in English. And we'll talk about if you require. Yes, yes, friends, come on, ask me. You are not there to ask questions. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, explain about method and approach. I told you what is approach, what is method, what is technique in my previous video. I gave you an elaborated discussion based on approach, method, and technique by drawing a beautiful picture, and you can watch it if you have not watched it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch it and share it. Yes. According to Chomsky, which method he opposed in teaching English language? Wonderful question. Chomsky was actually a student of Charles Carpenter Price, Jellic Harris, and Chomsky and studied under and a popular linguist called and Ferdinand Saussure. Ferdinand Saussure. He is actually called the father of linguistics. And Chomsky studied under Ferdinand Saussure, Charles Carpenter Price, Jellic Harris. Who are all these? They were all actually structural linguists. and they believed that language learning happens best when you learn structures, when you learn the patterns of grammar. And he was a student and he learned, but in 1958, where he wrote a wonderful book called Syntactic Structures, and he commented on structural linguistics, structural approach. So Chomsky simply opposed structural linguistics, structural approach to ELT, and he promoted communicative language teaching, communicative approach, and he proposed the theories of competence and performance. And it's a very lengthy discussion. So Chomsky opposed structural linguistics, structural approach to ELT. Good, very good question, my friend. What is psychophonic method? Yes, very. First, there is another question. Next, sir, this recommendation who first submitted? Which recommendation? Who first submitted? No. Sir, please start one app and do one complete code, sir, so that we can prepare perfectly. You can download Delta. It's an app and which will give you plenty of other sources. And the app title is Telta, Telta. Okay, next. Please start. Okay. And what is psychophonic method? Wonderful. Psychophonic method, it's a method of teaching reading. Phonic refers to sound. So a number of experts, and for example, the father of ELT, Harold D. Palmer, believed that teach pronunciation before teaching reading. So children should not be taught alphabets, they should be taught sounds. So when they learn sounds, later we need to introduce graphics. And because psychophonic method believes in the influence of sounds rather than letters or graphics. So teach pronunciation through songs, rhymes, and a number of songs, rhymes, and a number of tongue twisters, a number of minimal pairs, so that reading happens best, so that the learner will be able to learn language, learn reading, learn language indirectly. One of the methods of teaching reading. Next. Wonderful, my friends. What is next? SOS abbreviation. Wonderful question. Structural oral situational approach. SOS. Structural oral situational approach. Very good. Next, this is also called structural approach, is also called SOS approach. Next, in which book do we get the details of romantic poets and also the elements of poetry? I'm not talking about poetry. I'm not talking about literature in this class. I will talk about romantic period tomorrow, live class at 9 p.m. Watch it, and I will take classes on romanticism for more than 10 classes. Enjoy watching. Forget about. So, but I prefer the book, Not an Anthology of English Literature, Volume D. That book will give you the solid information. And who opposed and who compared English as bulldozer? English as bulldozer. Frankly speaking, even I am not sure of it. Okay. Next, GTM, grammar translation method. Next, GTM refers to. Could you please explain CBSE 6 degree vocabulary? Yes, I'll do that. But most of the students who've been watching my classes are from the twin states, both AP and Telangana. Hence, I am focusing on the vocabulary that is mentioned for these two states. And because these students have been preparing for the local examinations like TET, DSC, Gurukula, TGT, PGT, Group 1, Group 2, and several examinations. Hence, I am focusing on 6 to and in 10th class or intermediate. Once I finish 6 to 10, I'll talk about the vocabulary of NCERT 6 to 10. Don't worry. Next. Who developed phonic method? Yes, Daniel Jones developed phonic method. Next, what is ZPD? Not ZOP, ZPD, Zone of Proximal Development. Next, EMRS exam untunda. Okay, so you should not use Telugu when we are actually using. So I have decided not to use and not to use our L1 only. Our instruction is going to be only in English. I've got a lot of requests from the students to use a little bit bilingual, but I don't want in these examinations when I talk about pedagogy or literature, when I talk about grammar. But even these days, even I'm planning to talk about grammar English to English so that it benefits a lot of students. Okay. Next, which book is perfect to read English methodology? There is no one book, but I would suggest you read Telugu Academy. That book gives you 80% of the information. Okay. And first thing is, and there are more than 40 plus students but not able to like the video. I am here to spend a lot of time for you, but since you are not able to do anything. So that is what you need to encourage the teachers. If you encourage only, I'll be able to teach you a lot. Yes or no? So like our video, share our videos to your friends and classmates. Yes, friends, come on, next question. Okay. We may expect a big bang from you, Master. Yes, I will also give you a big bang. I will also talk about the big bang. Actually, I thought of talking about C-Tet all previous question papers analysis. I'll do that, and I will have maybe, if possible, next Sunday where we talk about more than 100 bits in one session based on the chapter wise. Okay, don't worry. In which book do we get the details of elements of poetry? So elements of poetry you can find when you read and the study of poetry by Cleanth Brooks. The Cleanth Brooks book, the study of poetry, it's a book. This talks about what are the elements of reading poetry. I think I made a couple of videos for reading elements of poetry, and previously I made certain videos. You can watch them. Okay, yes. Okay, guys. Yes. And thank you for watching. Like our video before you leave and share our videos to your friends and classmates. And we'll be talking about, and if possible, we'll talk about language skills or phonetics in my next class. Okay. And language skills, LSW or phonetics, we will have a class on that. And stay tuned. Share our video to your friends and classmates. Right. See you then. Bye. Happy Teachers Day to all. Before you leave, like our video, share our video, friends. Right then, see you on the next Sunday.